fastidiously underprepared. This is telling someone. First question, of course, is from Endocrom. Who's the man now, dog? Well, wasn't there that, you know, that film, Nutty Professor, not the original Nutty Professor, but it was a Disney movie called The Nutty Professor, and then there was somebody went, the guy didn't become Buddy Love. It was like he became a dog, and then Eddie Murphy remade it, and it became the Shaggy Professor, but I think that's what happened. I can't, you know, and if it didn't happen, then you know, we missed the Academy Award winning performance of Eddie Murphy pretending to be a dog, which would have been really an artistic slight on everybody involved. No, instead it was just like Eddie Murphy running around in a fat suit and maybe becoming old and then young or something. I don't know. It was all very... movies from the 90s starring Eddie Murphy just go into, you know, change into a sort of a blur of him just being all the people. But then again, Eddie Murphy's got a lot of money and I don't. Next question is from Joe Freddy. Have you seen the bridge? Where's that confounded bridge? Well, it's between the chorus, when the tempo changes and the key changes. Try there. Well, there's one over there. It's a footbridge. Somebody's riding a bicycle across it right now. But enough out of real life. This is Heavy Wasawas. How if you ordered a Bloody Mary without vodka, would it be called? Well, I ran out of vodka and I tried to make a Bloody Mary, and I had the Worcestershire sauce, and I had the tomato juice, and I had the clam juice, and I had the Worcestershire sauce, and I had some sriracha, and then I had some blue curacao, and I poured some of that in instead of vodka because I didn't have any vodka, and it was bloody awful. Next question is from Dog Whistle Sharam. Cheese us or Jesus? Ooh, that'd be good. That's snack-religious, delicious. Snack-religious. What you do is get a fondue pot and you boil up some cheese in the fondue pot, and then you put some communion wine in the thing, and then instead of like bread or something, you get the little wafer and you dip it in the thing, and you dip it in the cheese, and then you have Jesus cheese. And I'm working with nothing, okay? I'm working with nothing. All I've got is some snack-relish. That's it. That's all I've got today. Next question is from Golden Tusk. You know, I've been sub to you for months now. Checked some videos here and there and have a bunch of random stuff come out of my speakers that isn't music. Sorry. I'll fix that. Never knew how this whole question game worked until I got to the end of the video when typing this. Congratulations on reaching the 600th episode. I guess I'll ask it now. Okay then. Sean Nolan asks, do Australians and the Irish only get along because we're both always drunk? Well, I'm not drunk because I ran out of vodka and blue curacao. I put too much blue curacao in there. I think that's the problem. Anyway, so I'm not... Actually, if we're both drunk, we'll probably end up fighting or fondling or something. So it's probably best that we, at least one of us doesn't, because one of us got to drive home after we fornicate. Next question. From Golden Tusk. Oh, that's the question he promised to ask. If the stereotypical colour of money is green, what would the likely money colour if it wasn't green? Australian money is all sorts of colours. You got pink, you got orange, you got blue, you got pineapple colour, and then finally you got green, which is like, that's the $100 note. I mean, nobody runs around with 500 with $100 notes because you can't get any change if you try to spend it at the place to get a band mile or something. You wipe out their capacity to make change, and they really don't like that. So, what kind of person walks around with green banknotes anyway? It's inconsiderate. There must be some sort of rich person or something walking around with green banknotes everywhere. I mean, if they were all green, how could you tell them apart? Because they're all different colours. It's not colour coded. They all look the same. You don't know whether. It's just weird. Next question, Jonathan Stern. If you won Powerball, what would you have done with the money? What you do is you get all those colourful little banknotes. I mean, they'll give you $100 notes, but you can change them, and you don't go to the bakery shop where when you're buying your band money. Go to a bank or something, and you change it out, and then you go to a wall, and then you paste up each individual banknote according to the colour, and you make a lovely mosaic portrait of my face, and then you can take a lovely lady home for fornicating with, or gentlemen, if you are that way inclined, and you can impress them with how much money you were basically able to throw at the wall and make a mural of yourself out of banknotes. And that's why she left me, because I didn't have a mural made of myself made out of banknotes. That's how it works, isn't it? Well, that's it for Tell It Someone for this week. If you would like to ask me a question, of course, then you can answer my question, ask your question in the question asking place below, which is on the YouTube page where, usually below the actual video, but then you click on it and then it goes up to the side for a reason, and it says comments have moved, and you say no shit Sherlock, which is a different one of my many videos, or you can answer this dovetail question, of course, which is somewhere sneaked behind my back and I don't know why. Then you can do all sorts of other things, which I'm not your boss. You can do anything that you feel like doing, because the YouTube people say you do a call to action at the end, but I don't want that. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want that. This is your life. Do your life in your way and be nice. I'm dangerously talented. I don't have a cool sign off.